Hey guys, Kevin here. I'm back. I'm the man with the plan, founder here at Majesty Marketing Solutions, and we are here to discuss e-com email marketing. We're about to get real serious for a second here, so excuse me. Hello and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. In tonight's episode of Shopify email marketing, we will be discussing subject line. So please stay tuned as we take you through a breadth of knowledge on what you really need to know about the subject lines you are going to be using to get the opens. I cannot stress this enough for you guys. The biggest determining factor on whether or not someone opens your email is, first of all, does it get delivered to their inbox? And then what is the subject line? Is it going to catch their attention, intrigue them, pique their curiosity, something of that nature, so that they open that bad boy, because they have no idea what you're selling, what you're promoting, what you're trying to share with them, the value you want to add if they don't open the email. So this is a very, very key video to watch. How should I put this? Honestly, we could go on for days and days and do this subject, but for the sake of time, we try and keep these videos short. I'm going to go through what I consider to be the fundamentals, the basics, the things you need to know. And I'm also going to include some resources below the video in the blog post of just different stuff to help you guys, again, add a little bit of layers to what I'm going to talk to you guys about. I feel like there's a glare on my glasses here, so I'm trying to duck it. So sorry guys. But anyways, let's jump into the computer. This one's going to be a good one. I'll see you in the inside, guys. Okay, let's do it. So I actually mentioned this, I think, in the beginning. The biggest impact on your open rates is going to be your subject line. Mr. Ogilvy, also known as the father of advertising, looking like a boss over here, says that on average 5 times as many people read the headline as read the body copy. When you have written your headline, you have spent 80 cents out of your dollar. So all of that really just to say, it's very important to focus and make sure that your subject lines are A1, top notch, top quality, the best that you can produce. And you know I'm right, because Sheldon is always right. You've gotten emails before, you've opened ones that, caught your attention for whatever the reason was. So Mr. Ogilvy is right. So let's not even argue about this. Put as much energy as you possibly can into that subject line, because you are not getting an open. They're not going to read any of your copy or any of the other things you slaved over if you cannot get them to open that email. I'm going to stress this once more. Put as much energy as possible into this. It is very important. Okay, so you have about 4 seconds to grab someone's attention, guys, when they're going through their emails. Again, you want to put as much creative energy as possible into those subject lines, and always test everything, because it will work for a time, it will not work forever. Words that you want to avoid: free, help, percent off, reminder. There's lots more words that you want to avoid, but I feel like this kind of gives you the gist or an idea of what we're talking about. You don't want to get sent straight to spam, and we all do this kind of mental spam filter anyway, that when we see an email, we kind of skim it a little bit, and if it doesn't stand out, we don't open that bad boy. And we have a graveyard of emails unopened that basically didn't appeal to us. The subject line didn't make me feel like I wanted to open this. So we want to stay out of that graveyard, guys. So I'm going to share a little ninja tactic with you that I got from Sensei MailChimp. And the recommendation is basically to, instead of using their name, use the city that they're from. Oh, I messed up, guys. Give me 2 seconds. Bam. City that they are from. And we're back. So basically, you want to try and make it so this person feels like you know them, or you know as much about them as possible, which is why people started using names. But if I know you live in Dallas, Texas, I might say, hey, I heard about what's going on in Dallas there. That's a shame. Or something along that line. Just again, you want to get personal with them, like you sat down and took the time to write them a personal email. I can't stress that enough, guys. Relationship is king, and the more ways you find to connect and build rapport with people, the better your business is going to perform. Hey. Okay, so you want to keep it fresh, guys. Great marketing is about pattern disturbance. I want you guys to make sure you're mixing it up. Do not continue to use the same subject line all of the time. When you find a winner, you're going to get a good open rate, and over time it will decline. So you're definitely going to want to mix it up, keep it fresh, always be testing. And try not to use overly similar subject lines. Like if you just change one word or two words in the subject line, you're not slick. They're on to you. Okay, so keep it short and sweet. If you can keep it under 50 characters, do that. And you want to keep your punchline to the front of what you are saying, because you do not want, if your punchline is at the end, sometimes that gets cut off, especially when people are, let's say you're on your desktop and you shrink that screen, you're going to see less and less of those information fields. So if the good part or the hook is all the way at the end, you are risking them not seeing that. Keep it at the front. Our example here is don't miss out as a subject line versus you have no idea what you're missing out on. It would be ashamed if you missed out on this great deal. Think about how long that is. There's a comma in that. Come on, guys. Keep it short, keep it simple. As the least amount of words that you can use to get your point across clearly, go with that. Okay, so try not to promote your product directly in the subject line. Avoid all caps and do not OD on the exclamation marks. You want to, maybe the extra exclamation marks will, try and get them excited or something like that. Just don't do that stuff, guys. Don't go straight to the product. You want to engage that person. Relationship is king. Avoid all caps because it's kind of one of those things that it's like you're begging for attention. So just don't do that stuff, guys. Don't mislead people. Clarity beats persuasion. Be compelling but honest and direct. Once a lollipop, 2 times an unsubscribe, or they start ignoring you. Okay? You might trick them once. They're going to be pissed off if you trick them. Okay? So let's try not to trick people. Try and be as clear as possible so that when they get into that copy, you are going to have someone who isn't instantly upset with you and now no longer paying attention to the value that you're trying to add. So getting earth friendly beyond email versus email timing a look at 6 marketers. Email timing a look at 6 marketers tells me exactly what I'm about to go in, the information I'm about to see. Getting earth friendly beyond email is like mystical. I don't know what the heck that is about, and I feel like they're trying to go for that little curiosity thing. But again, depending on this list, I'm probably not going to open that one. But if I have any interest in timing as far as improving my conversions or anything like that, I know what I'm getting into, I'm opening that bad boy. Okay, so ask questions. Who is Wonder Woman's role model? I don't know what kind of shop would ask this question, but the point is, when you ask someone a question, if they want to know the answer, maybe they know the answer, they just want to verify that they're right. It's one of those things that catches your attention. It's one of those things that challenges you and disturbs you without being irritating. So ask lots of questions, guys, and use urgency as a tactic. If everything that you send is just urgency, you have 1 hour, you have 24 hours. If everything you send is like that, people are going to get numb. But when it matters, if you're running a serious promotion, or you're really trying to push something, or maybe you're doing a weekend sale, or maybe after you send your promotions, you add the urgency on the back end to say, hey, I don't want you to miss out on that. Oh my gosh, I didn't think we're going to go that fast, that kind of a thing. So that urgency is a very good sales tactic, but if you overdo it, your list will go numb to it. Never stop testing. I think I've said this a couple times actually. So rinse, lather, repeat. Like every shampoo commercial says, you are always going to want to be testing, because if you change the color, it could bump up your conversion rate a significant amount of percent versus another color. Or if the image you put displays a different emotion, that could completely change your conversion rate. So you always want to be testing, because nothing is ever perfect. And even if you have found something that has an 80% conversion rate or 80% open rate, that's not going to last forever, and I don't know where you're getting an 80% open rate from. So we could do this all days, literally, guys. As far as subject line goes, I can go into
hordes and hordes of examples and different things like that, but which is why I prepared some links for you guys on some additional content as far as subject line goes, so you can go a little bit deeper, because this is something you guys are going to want to have a good conceptual understanding of, so that when you're putting these together, you can kind of do it fairly quickly rather than laboriously kind of mulling over what the subject line is going to be. I've also included a link there that is going to allow you to test your subject line and then give you some suggestions on things you might want to change. It does time like the second time you try and test something, it's going to ask you for all your information, all that kind of stuff. I'm pretty sure it'll time out though, so if you run one a day or one every couple of days, you should be okay. I really hope that this was helpful, guys. Our next video is going to be on design, copy, and timing. I appreciate you guys for sticking with me, and I'll see you in a second.
Thank you for joining us this evening for Shopify email marketing on subject line. Next week's episode, we are going to discuss design, timing, and copy. For those of you who don't know what copy means, that means the text or the words that are in the body of the email. It's also sales copy, the words that are going to help us convert and intrigue and pique curiosity and all that kind of stuff. Once we have hooked them and got them to open the email, what do we say to them, right? So that's going to be next week's episode. I want to thank you guys for joining me. Please like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna add one more in there. Share this bad boy. If you know someone who's doing Shopify, WooCommerce, whatever, put them on. Let them know what we are doing so they can get some of this juicy information as well. Alright guys, I'm gonna see you in the next video. I genuinely hope you got something good from this one. I really enjoyed making this video, and I'll be back next week with another one. Like I always say at the end of these, if you want some help with growing your store, taking the email completely off of your hands to free up your time, because I know what you guys are doing. You're sourcing products, you are like a madman running Facebook ads to drive traffic to your store, you're working on improving that conversion, and email is definitely going to help you improve your conversions. Once you have that email address, even if they abandon cart, you can now continue to contact that person repeatedly until they buy from you. As long as you're not super annoying or super intrusive, you have that contact until you are able to pique their interest. Maybe they only buy stuff on Valentine's Day. Maybe they only buy stuff online at Christmas. But if you keep that email, if you keep their email contact, you now can keep going and keep messaging them, add some more value, educate them on your product, show them how much other people love and enjoy and raving about your product. Don't sleep on email marketing, guys. Share this with a friend. I'm talking too long. I'm out. Have a good day. I'll see you guys next week.